gotta come here with the knowledge of what those children went through. The cutting of their hair, which is part of the tradition, away from their family. Away from their language. They couldn't speak their language anymore. They couldn't learn about their culture, our way of life. Our way of life with Mother Nature. We respect the tree, you know. We respect the land that we're walking on as Mother Earth. All the animals in the forest, in nature, they're all friends. They're also part of Mother Earth. The water. Everyone needs. Human as much as animals, plants. No water, no life. Our body has 30% of water or something like that. Just understanding life. Now we have cities that was at one point a little village, but now they got brand new buildings, concrete. Instead, everything is getting destroyed. Mother Earth is getting destroyed by those buildings, by us, by human, when we are supposed to take care of her. But no, brand new buildings, high sky rises, big ass malls, you know, consummation, you know. It's we can live with less thing and get back with nature. I did an interview years back for the first day of reconciliation back in Montreal with CTV. And I remember clearly in that interview, I said, I'm proud to be First Nation in the city and show the white men who we are. I never thought I was going to go on air at 5 o'clock. And it did. The next day and for the few weeks after, a few people, you know, hey, are you the guy on TV? I love what you said, blah, 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 you know, like, but I had no intention to be, quote, kind of, I would say famous, but I spoke the truth. We had our way of life before the white men came. And they took it away. They took those children out of their home on the res, brought them into residential school like this one here in Kamloops. Couldn't speak their language. Their long hair was getting cut. Different clothes, the white men's clothes. You know, us, we had deer or moose clothes, you know, outfit, whatever you want to call it, you know. It's we had a way of life. Everything is long gone. But we're still here. And if you look on the news, we're coming back in force. Ashley Collingbull, a native woman from Alberta, who just recently win the Miss Universe Canada. She won. We're coming back and forth. We're still here. Rather you with us or against us? and there was a fire and a spark of flame of wood popped, and then it landed on the tent. And a nylon tent, it goes fast. It burns like so fast, and it melts. And I was inside. It's one of my aunt or cousin or some, I don't know, who pulled me by the leg just in time before a bigger piece fell on me. And that's what I heard and was told the first time I went on the res at the age of 16. They had, of course, like little wannabe hospital clinic on the res, directed and run by white people again. But my parents couldn't take care of me, so they placed me into foster care to get better cared. I just gave her a hug, and we both started crying. Like, and we hold on for each other like for a good 5 minutes, And people around us were, some, I guess, were crying because I've seen a few crying. Finally I met, and she met the little baby that she pulled out of the fire. I'm still here. I'm still alive. Every morning I was walking in the streets on the res, and I was always stopping by when I was there, saying hi to her, having coffee. She always made sure that I was fed. You want bannock? You want soup? Like, we got moose meat, like always making sure that I eat a little something, That was a hell of a day. Almost crashing. It's November 20th, 2010, that my life came crashing down. Me and my baby's mom in Montreal, living in which is called Hochelaga Maisonneuve, a district on Montreal Island, more east. She's starting to have contraction in the morning, so we decided to go to the hospital. And matter of fact, she was having contraction, so we got, I don't want to say booked in, but set up with a bed, and there was my first son coming into this fucked up, crazy world, man. I may be brown, but we're living in a white man's world. We had a way of life before the white man came. They took it all the way, thinking that we were bad. They are. If we go back in those events of time in life, now I believe there's still a lot of correction to be made, but it's not going to be done by tomorrow or next week. It's going to take time. Life ain't easy. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know? A lot of bad shit happened to us. Which, in any race or culture, which I believe, religion divides people. Why can't we share the same square feet without having to fight each other to who's gonna take a bigger piece of the square feet that we are sharing, trying to share? We are children of Mother Earth, and we must take care of it, and we must learn how to share. It was in the afternoon because it was fast. I think, like, if I'm correct from what I remember, it took about 3 to 4 hours, and he was with us. I just wrapped him up and didn't give a shit about the mother, figure of speech, of course, but I just took my son and I just held it in my arms, and of course, like 1,001% of the parents, mother or father, will start to cry, and that's what I did. And all my baby's mom was saying to me, "You're welcome." Well, she understood where I was at the time in life. She knew, of course, because we were going out together for so many years after, but in the short amount of time until she got pregnant and Jeremy came up. By the way, this is his feet, real feet, from a couple of pictures that I sent to my tattoo artist back east in Montreal. 2 days after my son was born, I took those pictures and I went to see him. And I asked him, "Can you make me this?" And he go, "Yeah, I can draw something." I said, "Take the 10 pictures, choose one." Trying to come with a few different type of letters and numbers. And like I said, usually you have to make an appointment, sometimes not the same day and whatnot and whatever. But I told him that I was at the hospital with my son, and he told me, "Come back in 3 hours. I'll have it done." So I came back in 3 hours, and the drawing on my son's feet, Jeremy, he had it. And I said, "Go, I'm ready." And he set up his table and we did the tattoo. And almost 2 hours later, it was on me. So, in a way, I'm carrying my son in my heart, that's for sure. But I mean, I'm carrying him on my arm too, you know? My baby's mom, the mother, was breastfeeding. And then two white women came inside. No knock on the door, just came inside the bedroom. And I saw them, and I took my son off my baby's mom breastfeeding. And I hold my son close to me, and man, I fucking knew it. I knew it. There was something wrong with those two girls. And then I remember asking them, like, "Who are you girls? Like, who? Like, I don't know you. Like, what are you doing here?" They took the sheet and they go to us. We're here to apprehend. Took the sheet, baby Jeremy, and put the sheet back in his place. So I have my son in my hand, and there's no way you were gonna take my son out of my hand. No way, woman or man. There's no chance. So I get close on my right and I signal the woman, the nurses at the front desk that we could see. Nurse, come here, please. Anyone? And then two nurses came in. Another one, a third nurse came in also. And I told the nurse that, I don't know, those two women, they came inside the door and I asked them who they were. And they only said to us that we're here to take baby Jeremy and they put back the file. That's why I called you, both of you. So the third nurse went back at the desk, called security. Security came and they got escorted outside the hospital and then couldn't come in on the ground. My life got a bit happy after the kidnapping of my son by the system, CPS. Child Protective Services, to me and to a lot of people that I know, is considered the same thing as residential school. Same thing. Yes, it was back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s for the residential school. We're in 2024 now. My son was born in 2010. It's the same thing, you know. There's one thing that I would have never done to my kids: abuse. For me, with my children, I would have spent time with them. I would have played soccer like right there in the field inside. I would have, and I would have been there with them. I would not just put them in the tennis class or whatever, soccer and baseball, and not going to their practice or to their game and whatnot. I would have been there, and I would have connect with them. I would have take time for them. This is why, for the month of August, I'm traveling on the road: Banff, Calgary, Regina, Winnipeg, Saskatoon, Edmonton, and then Calgary, and then come back to Vancouver. I had a rough year, separation from my ex, not my baby's mom, and it's been rough, and I know my spirit and soul needs to get back on the road. Just me, nothing, no apartment, and just being me and reconnect, I have a book over here that I started writing a few months ago. Born brown, raised white, who am I? It's my life story. And they wonder why I'm angry today at the system. They did it to me. They took my two kids away. We're no good. You saw the video, all the toys and the apartment, especially the last apartment in Shawinigan, the basement, the area with my kid, me there, like, how can a person cannot be angry and want to just fucking destroy everything on their path? Some of us lose hope. Some of us just have to let go and wait and trust in the Creator. And it's been 14 years since the birth of my first son, Jeremy. I haven't seen him since 6 years now, easy, 7 years. We did our best, but the system, never gave us a chance. I cannot be sorry because I know I did, you know, the mother did everything we could. We know here. Yeah, we just know. But I would not have had the lifestyle if I was not have been placed into foster care. I would have lived in the res, probably fall into alcohol, like deep and whatnot and whatever, you know. When my son was born, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't using, been clean for many years. As long as you have the will, any addiction, you can stop. Gambling, alcohol, buying cars, shopping, you know. Yes, because shopping lots all the time and spending thousands of money and whatever, it's an addiction. It's doable. You need a WILL. You need the will. As long as you have this, anything is possible. The will, when I stopped using 17 years ago in November coming, 17 years clean, crack, needles, pills, I had enough. I didn't stop for my parents, I didn't stop for my mailman or for the cab driver going by. No, I stopped for myself. Everything you're doing, first, do it for you. And then when you're doing something for yourself, that's when you grow up. That's when you get mature. That's when you're happy because you're doing what you like. And the right people in your life will come around you, will come to you because they're gonna see what you're doing is good for yourself and you're changing. Because of course no one wants a grumpy person or using, or they come to your place half drunk, you know, and no, they don't want this. Well, let's say 50-50, you know, some don't care, some do, but I stopped on my own. No detox, no methadone, no patch, no treatment center, none of that shit. Treatment center for me, again, I'm talking about being truthful, okay? To me, treatment center are for the weak because you don't have the WLL on your own. You don't even have your back. As you're trying to look for somebody else to have your back, for detox center, 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, but you're standing on a platform, detox center, they putting screws, trying to make you better. But when you leave the treatment center, what do you have? The only thing you have is yourself. So you're unstable because somebody put a screw there, a stick there to hold you up. But when you're leaving a detox center, you don't have the support anymore. I'm here today, going for the whole month on my journey of healing, traveling, hitchhiking, big ass backpack, my tent, sleeping mat. That's gonna be my home for the next month. My beads, I'm gonna show people across Canada, wherever I'm gonna go. This is us, this is our culture. This is what we used to do. You know, my ancestors used to be like creating stuff. We're artists, and this is what I'm gonna do for the next month. I'm on a journey of healing. I'm not scared to go alone, traveling, hitchhiking, backpacking. I've done it many times just for the fun of it. But this time, I truly believe inside that I need this. I'm on a journey of healing. I'm tired, exhausted, spiritually broken. Fuck, it's been, I not even 12 hours, and I'm already feeling you know what I mean? Just not the stress of the city. No, if you look outside, like blue sky, the clouds, the mountain, you know, this is what I will see for the next month. Mother Nature will help me healing myself, but I have chosen this path right now. Not for anyone else, but for me. 17th road trip this time. But this one is the most important right now. Journey of a healing. Sometimes you just gotta go. Sometimes you just gotta go.